Hey y'all, good morning. I'm an addict named Austin. I got clean here at Serenity House October 19, 2014. It's Monday. I hope you're having a good Monday, and I hope you have a good week. I wanted to start it off with the just for today. May 12th, living with spiritual experiences. For meditation to be of value, the results must show in our daily lives. In working our program, we are giving many indirect indications of a higher power's presence in our lives. The clean feeling that comes to so many of us in taking our fifth step, the sense that we are finally on the right track when we make amends, the satisfaction we get from helping another addict. Meditation, however, occasionally brings us extraordinary indications of God's presence in our lives. These experiences do not mean we have become perfect or that we are cured. They are a taste given us of the source of recovery itself, reminding us of the true nature of the thing we are pursuing in Narcotics Anonymous and encouraging us to continue walking our spiritual path. Such experiences demonstrate, in no uncertain terms, that we have tapped a power far greater than our own. But how do we incorporate that extraordinary power into our ordinary lives? Our NA friends, our sponsor, and others in our communities may be more seasoned in spiritual matters than we are. If we ask, they can help us fit our spiritual experiences into the natural pattern of recovery and spiritual growth. Just for today, I will seek whatever answers I may need to understand my spiritual experiences and incorporate them into my daily life. I was really glad that in the beginning of my process that my sponsor had me write down who and what God was to me, and then what I wanted God to be in my life. And we went off the sheet of what I wanted him to be in my life, or what I wanted him to, or there was who and what I thought he was, and then what and who I wanted him to be in my life. And we went off of that sheet of what and who I wanted him to be in my life. And so I was really grateful for that, because there was God already in me. I just didn't know it, right? I had been praying for things that I shouldn't have been praying for. I've been doing things I shouldn't have been doing. And so even though I had a feeling he was there, I knew I didn't deserve it, right? And so I was waiting for the hammer to fall, right? When I got to treatment, there was things going on that I knew weren't coincidences, and that there was a higher power work in my life. There was no doubt about it. I didn't necessarily address it then, because I was just trying to get off the substances, right? And figure out how to get up and function daily without substances. And so I didn't really focus on that in the beginning, but my spirit started coming back to life. And there was just some things going on that I knew without a doubt were not coincidences, but I didn't really know how to handle all that at the moment, right? And so I'm grateful for people in the program that shared with me how God was working in their life. One of the biggest ways that he's worked in my life during this process is through other people. And so I'm really grateful for the program and the people that God used to get me clean, right? I was able to start my own relationship with the higher power, and come to find out, my higher power is the sauce behind it. Like, he put all this together. He brought me to this program. I believe this is a spiritual program. I believe he brought me here. He did for me what I could not do for myself. And I think there's times throughout my recovery where he's done for me what I couldn't do for myself. And there must be something good in here, because he has put some really special people in my life. My wife is amazing. She loves me unconditionally. There's been lots of men in my life that he's placed in my life, and there's been lots of relationships like the one with my son that have been restored. So there's got to be something good in here if my higher power would do all that, right? And so I just try to go off what's good and what's happened and apply those in my life. And sometimes I spend time meditating and asking for more, right? Or asking for understanding, or just sometimes I'll even just sit there and let it all come, get downloaded, right? And so I'm grateful for the meditation piece, because it lets all these thoughts play out. There's plenty of them up there. And so it talks about how meditation continually brings us extraordinary indications of God's presence in our life. And in the beginning, when I started meditating, I would have this really good hour, and then I would get in my vehicle and somebody would pull out in front of me and it would all go out the window, right? And I've learned that like there can be things throughout the day that can be a continuation of my meditation. I can just like sit in the moments where I know God is talking to me. And so I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful for this whole thing. I'm grateful that I can sit still long enough to hear other people, much less God, right? And so I hope this helped. Thank y'all for tuning in today. I hope you have a good week. If you're struggling, please reach out. We will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good day.